So that's where he's got the mask. When I initially did this video, I lost the lighting outside, so this is the next day, and I had to go out and get some more bowls to do this for you guys. So let's just get it started. I'm going to put on my mask. I actually have 2 of these and a glove, and you have to mix this for 1 to 2 minutes, they say. So I've been shaking it for about 2 minutes. You have to hold this 8 to 10 inches away from the object that you're spraying. Okay, so let's get started. Put on my second mask, because this is some really smelly stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to spray in the insides of both of these bowls with the spray. Then I'll come in with my vinegar and water mixture and spray on the inside to give it the mercury glass effect. So as you can see the liquid at the bottom, and you just swirl that around. I want to use my mixture and just spray. And I'm using a fine stream, so you can change it to make it stronger. Okay, can you see that? If you want bigger spots, then and it's dried up already, then just go in and spray more spray on that area, like here, and then come back in and spray it right off. And you can also tape off your outside if you need to. So here, I need to open it up a little bit. So I'm going to spray a little bit more. And then look at it and see if I'm satisfied with how it looks. See, now I got like a big opening here, and I'm just going to spray a little bit more spray there. And I'm going to let this dry. Okay, let me show you another way. You can come in with a wet towel. See, it's still kind of open here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do is set this aside and let it completely dry. I'm going to pour out the excess water and paint. Now, let me say this. If you decide to paint the outside, which would be easier, rather than the inside, you'll end up with a really dull finish. It's still pretty, but you won't have the mirror shine that you would if you do it on the inside. So I would recommend you paint the inside. And during the process of me painting and spraying the first one, I gotten this one wet. So let me just dry this out.
So that's where he's got the mask.
Just gonna go around the outside just in case. And just swirl. Now what you can do, once you spray your string, you can take a sponge or a towel, but this is a napkin that I just so happen to have handy, and just go in and dab the inside. And it'll give you a different pattern. So I'm just going to add a little bit more spray. Wipe off the outside. And now I'm going to go in with my vinegar and water again.
That's where he's got the mask.
So once this dries, if I don't like it, I can still come back in later and add more of the looking glass spray paint and more vinegar and water and use it again until I get as dark as I want it. But meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and pour this out. So you can cover up as much or as little as you want. But like I said, I'm going to let this dry. And then I'll come back and see if I want to add more of the looking glass spray paint. And go from there. But meanwhile, I have some other dishes that I need to spray paint for another project that I'll be doing for you guys as well. So let me do that. These I won't add the vinegar and water. I'll just spray them with the looking glass spray paint. Okay, I'm going to set these aside to let them dry. And now I'll spray these. And I'm probably going to have to do 3 to 4 coats in each one. Very lightly. Trying to keep it from running. Because this paint is really watery. Let's check on our other 2 pieces. Look how it shines. Really, really pretty. flip this over and see how it looks. You can still see through it, so let's go in for another coat. Okay, so I'm gonna let these completely dry and then come back. I'm going to come in with one last coat. Okay, so now it's time for one last spray of the bowls. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I'll come back and move on to the next step. My bowls are pretty much dry, and hopefully you can see how pretty that is with the sun reflecting. It's really windy out here today. We've been having really bipolar weather here in Atlanta, Georgia, but today is kind of cold. Yesterday it was warm, like 70 degrees, so it doesn't know if it wants to be cold or hot. So yeah, the sun is reflecting, so I hope you can see the mirror finish. That's really pretty. So I'm gonna have to set these aside because I have to do some other work. I'm actually going to add something to these before I move on to the next step with the bowls. So I'm gonna set these aside. Now as for the lids, you can see it too. It's really shiny. I can still see through this one a little bit. I think I might add one more coat and then move on to the next step. So let me do that and then we'll go on to the next step. Now that these are pretty much dry, I'm just going to flip these over. And I've already cleaned them. Well, I'll just start with that one. I have this Krylon stained glass spray paint, and I'm just going to paint the outside of the lid with this. Now I'm just going to go over it very lightly to prevent runs. I'll let the top layer dry and then I'll go in for a second layer. So I'm going to let that dry for about 5 minutes and I'll come in for a second layer. Now I'm going in for my second coat. That's just with 2 coats, and look how pretty that is. I think I'm going to come in with one more coat and then I'll be done with that. And then I'll go on to the next color. Okay, I'm going in for one more spray. So now I'm going to use some of my purple stained glass spray paint for this lid. Okay, so I couldn't find pink in the stained glass paint. I found this tint it. I'm going to use this to spray paint my third lid. and it gives it kind of a frosty look. So after it's dry, after I'm done putting all the coats on, and after that's dry, I'll come and put in a clear glossy coat to make it match the other lids. So that's looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna go in with one more layer and then I'll come back and complete it with the clear. Hi everyone, I'm back, and my bowls have completely dried on the inside, and this is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like on the outside. So we won't be using these as bowls, we'll be using these as bases. So what I'm going to do is take these little tea light holders and glue them to the tops. And I think I want to glue them this way. So I have 3 that I'll be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these down with my E6000. I've tried using the glue from Dollar Tree and it did not work well with holding glass together. So I won't be using that again for glass. So I'm just going to make sure that this is clean. I've already wiped them down. I'm just going to wipe them down again and start gluing these down. I'm just going to let these glue overnight, and then I'll come back tomorrow and finish the DIY. So it seems like it's getting contact here.
So that's where he's got the mask.
So I'm just going to hold this up at eye level and see where I need to move it. Okay. Same thing with the next one. Do the third one, and then once I do that, I'm gonna get my leveler and check the level and make sure it's straight. For tonight, these are actually going to be the bases, so I'm going to come back tomorrow and show you the lids, and then I'll finish the bases, and then we'll finish the DIY. So this base, we'll start out with our stained glass purple spray paint. And I'm just going to put on my mask, so I might sound a little muffled, but I'm just going to go ahead and completely spray this once. Then I'll come back and add probably 1 to 2 more coats. Pretty with just 1 really thin coat. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for about 5 minutes, and I'll come back and put on 2 more coats. This is where I'm at with the purple. I actually think I need to do 1 more coat, but I'm going to move this on the inside. It's pretty chilly outside today, so I think that's affecting the sheen, so I'm going to do the last coat in the garage. So I'm going to just move this and start my blue, and then I'll do the pink. And I guess I can let you guys see that the first few coats of each one of those colors. So I'm just going to move this one, put it into the garage for the final coat, do the pink one and the blue one, move those to the garage for their final coat, and then I'll come back and assemble everything together. So now we're about to do our pink one. Okay guys, so I'm done with the pink base. That's actually the final coat. And this is the lid. And you see, there's a slight sheen on camera, but it looks a little muted in person. So I'm definitely going to have to add some sheen to it by adding a clear coat. This is the blue. See how pretty that is? See the difference? Let's see, can you see the difference? Here's the clear glossy coat that I'll be using. It's the Krylon Color Master Clear, and it says Gloss Crystal Clear. So I'm about to use the blue stained glass paint on this one, and when you're doing something like this, you might need to pick it up, and so you have to make sure it's dry on the inside. So it's a day later, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray the outside of this blue. I'm telling you guys, these colors are so gorgeous. I really love this. I'm telling you, you have to go out and buy these products. You are going to fall in love. I'm going to go in with one last coat because it seems like it's drying a little faster now. I'm going to push this up and leave it right here because it's really sticky right there. So I'm going to go in with one more coat and I'll be done with this one. Look how pretty it is. I gotta clean the bottom from leaving it over there, but yeah. It's really gorgeous. What do you guys think? One more coat? Well, yeah, maybe one more coat. I want it to be a little bit darker. Hi everyone, and I'm back. And it's actually been a few days since I started this project, but I'm here today to finish it. So let's get right back to it. What I'm going to do, as I stated before, I'm going to use this as a base. So I have my E6000 ready, and what I'm going to do is take this Dollar Tree jar and glue it on here. So that's what I've been working towards. So I'm going to use this popsicle stick and just put glue around here. And the reason I'm using this popsicle stick is because my glue is really clumped up around the top, so gotta be able to get it out some kind of way. But I'm being generous with the glue. Okay, so I'm just going to stand up for this part. Okay. That looks about centered. I'm going to sit down and pick this up just to look at it. Alright, so I'm going to put a weight on this onto the next one. Same thing. And make sure your glass is clean. Okay, so on to the lids. And I guess you figured it out by now that I'm making jars with lids. And I plan on using these in my bathroom. I might do a couple of more colors. If I do, I'll let you guys see that as well. But yeah, here's a vase, like the ones that I glued on the bases. And the lid is really just perfect. But as you can see, it slides. And what I want to do is come in with a bead of hot glue all the way around so it'll hit on the inside of this rim. And so just to get an idea, you turn it over and you see it's almost at the edge. So I need to just be real careful with how I put the bead in. Or, I haven't tried this. I figure you could probably go around making like little X's or whatever all the way across, or a zigzag. The thing is, you don't want your lid to be sliding back and forth. Alright, so see if my glue gun is ready. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to go around with the glue gun. And you don't have to worry about it being lumpy or bumpy, whatever, because it's on the inside and it won't be seen. Okay. It's a little thin here, so I'm just going to add a little more. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing for this one.
So that's where he's got the mask.
While this is drying, I'll show you what it looks like. And I know you was probably wondering about the purple one. Whoa. And here's the glue on the inside of this one. I did a neater job because I took my time. But now, look. Perfect. Look at that. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to add more bling. Knowing me, I probably will, but you guys don't have to. I won't be blinging out everything I do. And I know probably some of you guys are probably wondering, you know, if that's the case with my channel. No, it's not. I'll be doing hauls and shop with me and vlogs and just different things, but everything I do won't be bling. And I'm also opening a shop with my son, and so I'll be vlogging there and letting you guys see how they go as well. Hopefully it turns out okay. But yeah, you can put like cotton balls in here, the little cotton pads or whatever, Q-tips, just a number of different things that you can add here. So I'm going to let the other two set up, and I'll probably let those set up overnight. And we'll come back and figure out if we're going to add a little bling to them or not. But yeah, I hope you guys like this so far. Hi guys, I'm back, and as you can see, we are finally done. This is the purple one, the blue one, the pink one. Now let's just put the lids on. I plan to use these in my bathroom, but if you make these, you can use them anywhere you want. You can use them in your kitchen, your dining room, wherever you want to use them. So what I'm going to do is put some of these cotton rounds in one of them. That's enough for now. This one, we'll try putting some cotton balls. And I just picked these up at Family Dollar. And I'm going to put Q-tips in this one later. But this is how it turned out. Now I'm still trying to figure out if I want to bling this out. I'm not sure if I will. I'm going to leave these just the way they are. And you guys leave in the comments below if you think I should bling these out or not. But I was also thinking about maybe putting some felt on the bottom just to give it more of a cushion when I put it down on my countertop. But that's the pink one. Here's the blue one. And the purple one that doesn't look purple anymore. Next time I won't use so many layers of purple spray paint. Yeah, guys, I hope you really like them. If you do, leave me a comment below telling me that you do. Which one is your favorite color? But more importantly, let me know if you guys think I should bling these out. That's it for this DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you aren't a part of my YouTube family, please hit that subscribe button right now. I would truly love having you be a part of my YouTube family. Also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload my next DIY. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.